uninsured peril. Uninsured peril talks about those that do not cover, okay, that are not covered yet, not expressly excluded, okay, even though they are not covered, they are not explicitly what excluded under the policy. For example, a natural what phenomena such as climate change, or somebody would say an act of war, okay, an act of God, okay, an act of God, or out of natural circumstance. All those things, okay, even though they have not been insured against, but they are not explicitly what excluded from the insurance policy. So they may lead to what? A compensation. And then the last one is what? Excluded perils. These are those that are expressly what? Excluded from the coverage by the policy by a specific clause or provision, either because of an inherent vice of the cargo or obviously improper or inadequate packing. So certain perils which has not been covered, and it is not also a natural disaster or an act of God, but was not included in the insurance cover, okay, these are known as what? Excluded peril. When it has been determined that a risk or peril is covered under the policy, the cause of damage must be assessed, and it is the proximate cause that damage is the proximate cause of that damage that is what? Key. Okay, the proximate cause, the causa proxima is key. We assess it, that what actually led to the damage, what actually led to this misfortune, okay, we call it the what? The proximate cause. A proximate cause is the most dominant or effective cause that set in motion the chain of events that brought about a certain result without the intervention of any other cause or events to break the chain of causation. It is not necessarily the nearest cause in time of the actual loss. For instance, if a seawater seeps into the vessel's cargo hold through a hole in a vessel's shell plating, thereby damaging the cargo in a hold, the proximate cause is not the what? It's not the contact with the seawater. Rather, it is a defect in the vessel structure. So they will look at the proximate cause of the damage before the insurer decide to actually indemnify you. This is a rule of causa proxima. The insurers are not liable for remote causes and remote consequences, even if they belong to the category of the word insured peril. The question, which is the causa proxima of the loss, can only arise where there has been succession of causes. When a result has been brought about by two causes, you must, in insurance law, look to the nearest cause, although the results would no doubt not have happened without the remote cause. The law will not allow the insured to go back in the succession of the causes to find out what the original cause is. So when you look at the case between Pink and Flemmer, this is a popular case in insurance. Okay, let's look at the case. The case is that in a marine policy, the cargo was insured against the cargo that was being shipped was oranges. Okay, the cargo that was shipped was oranges, and the peril insured against was collision with another ship. So take note, the peril insured against what? Collision with another ship. Now, during the course of the voyage, the ship actually collided. So it means that the insured peril happened, resulting in delay and mishandling of shipments, which made the oranges unfit for human consumption. So two things have happened. One of them was insured and the other was uninsured. They are all perils. One is an insured peril, the other one was uninsured peril. The insured peril was collision, and the uninsured was what? Delay and mishandling of shipment, which made the what? The oranges unfit for human consumption. Now, in the court of law, it was held that the loss was due to mishandling and delay and not due to collision, which was a remote cause. Though without it, no mishandling or delay was necessary. As such, the insurer was not liable for mishandling the crew, and their principal could be made liable, but not the insurer. So they look for the proximate cause, the causa proxima, the nearest, okay? They look at the dominance, which of these causes play the key role in what? Leading to the loss of the cargo. In this case, even though collision happened, but the lawyers or that particular case in the court of law held that the proximate cause was as a result of mishandling. That made it, or the mishandling that made the oranges unfit. It was not the collision that made the oranges. So that's causa proxima for you. There is another case between Hamilton and Pandroff. Also in the marine policy, the goods were insured against damage by seawater. But incidentally, some rats on board bored a hole into the zinc pipe in the bath, which caused the seawater to pour out and damage the goods. The underwriters, which are the insurers, contended that they had not insured against damage by rats. They were not bound to pay. It was held that the proximate cause of the damage being seawater, the insured was entitled to damages, and the rats being the remote cause. So the causa proxima issue is key, okay, in insurance. And that's when, as the surveyors, okay, or the surveyors come in to assess all these things and investigate. The surveyors can either come from the insurance person, from the agent, or from both, or from even the insured. They can bring an independent person to have an independent assessment of the situation. Nota bene, in deciding whether the loss has arisen through any of the risk insured against, the proximate or the last cause of action is to be looked into. If the loss is caused by the operation of more than one peril simultaneously, and if one of the peril is exempted, the insurer shall be liable to the extent of the effect of insured peril if it can be separated, if it can be separately ascertained, if those two perils can be separated. But if not, the insurer shall not be liable at all if the effect of the insured peril and the accepted peril cannot be what? Separated. It may be added that although the principle of causa proxima applies mostly to the case of marine and fire insurance, it is applicable in life insurance as well, because in personal accident policies, the proximate cause of death should be the accident. In case of natural death, the insurer is not liable thereon. Okay, another principle is that risk must attach. Risk must attach. For a valid contract of insurance, risk must actually be attached. If the subject matter of insurance ceases to exist, for instance, goods are burnt already, or the insured ship has already arrived safely at the time the policy is being effected, then the risk does not attach. And as a result, premium paid can be recovered and from the insurers because consideration, the premium are totally failed. Thus, where the risk is never run, the consideration fails and therefore premium is returnable. It is a general principle of law of insurance that if insurers have never been on the risk, they cannot be said to have earned the premium. Mitigation of loss. When the event insured against occurs, for instance, in the case of fire insurance policy, when the fire occurs, it is a duty of the policymaker to take steps to mitigate or minimize the loss as if they were what? Uninsured, and must do his best to safeguard the remaining property. Otherwise, the insurer can avoid payment of the loss attributable to his negligence. Of course, the insured is entitled to claim compensation for the loss suffered by him in taking such steps from the insurer. So mitigation of loss is trying to tell us that even though you have insured a property, when you are able to save or safeguard the damage of the remaining, or even reduce or mitigate the loss, and you don't do it, you can be charged for negligence, and the insurers may not pay when they have ample evidence against you.